one of the members posted on our forum and said, he jokingly said, you know, we probably all have enough parts laying around for these cars to build a complete car. That kind of tongue-in-cheek statement kind of evolved into, well, why don't we? Why don't we build a car and maybe sell it for charity? We got to kicking around the idea at various meets. Then we got to thinking, well, we can't just build a basic Fox out of used parts. We need to kind of step it up and put something nice that people are willing to buy maybe chances in a raffle for. So we just started building, and then when we got to points in the build where either safety, performance, or aesthetics were required, we reached out to companies like Late Model Restoration for parts that we just otherwise couldn't source. So we had almost 40 companies, sponsors, step up to donate either money, time, or parts, and brought it to a very high level build that a lot of Fox owners very much appreciate. And then once we had the car donated, we started working, stripping it down. And I believe if you look at the interview from last year, you'll see that this car was a shell on a rotisserie. It didn't look anything like it is today. We decided to create a Save a Fox build committee. If you just waited for people to volunteer, it's just never going to get off the ground. So we found 6 SEFB members. We wanted to make sure we built what the club wanted us to build. We had nominations and voting for the color, the interior, the motor. We also had them nominate and vote charities that we wanted to benefit this project. So we took the top 3 charities, and that was the Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation, Victory Junction Gang Camp, and Savannah's Drive, a little 8-year-old girl in Kannapolis, North Carolina that's battling leukemia. One of those aspects we said, did the club want a 302 base motor or a 351 base motor? Of course, 351 won out. They ended up boring it 30 over, so the final displacement is 358 cubic inches. We reached out to Trickflow. They donated a set of their 185cc CNC heads, and then they went ahead and also helped us round out the top end package with their Stage 2 cam, R intake, and of course their valve covers, just to keep their name on the top of the engine. The motor, we had it chassis dyno tuned at Amazon Tuning. They have a Mustang dyno, and it topped out at 341 horse, 345 torque. We wanted to keep all the accessories that a Fox normally might have, which is the power steering, power windows, power brakes, AC, power steering. We wanted to build a driver. One of the major components where Late Model Restoration helped was the drivetrain. Late Model stepped up with a Z-Spec T5, a Ford Racing aluminum drive shaft, a Cobra rear differential, a 373 rear gears, 31 spline, 5-lug axles, of course the in-house SVE brand Cobra brakes, front and rear, so 5-lug 4-wheel disc brakes. We called the guys back at Late Model, and they stepped up and gave us a Ram HDX clutch, and then all of the components that you would need to finish out the drivetrain, the complete clutch insulation kit, firewall adjuster, clutch quadrant, cable, just pilot bearing, everything you would need to really round it out. That was a huge burden that was lifted off of us, because there were some gaps along the way, and Late Model did a tremendous thing by donating all of those parts for us, and for that we're just ultimately grateful. TMI stepped up. The club voted on a black and gray themed interior. We looked at their Cobra style sport seats and looked no further. Everybody loves the Terminator suede inserts, so we knew if we had the black carpet and that black and gray seats, we needed to kind of figure out how to incorporate the door panels, a black speaker grille, black carpet on the bottom, gray center with the factory black trim up top, and then as a nice touch, they took the same gray suede that's on the seats and put it as an insert on the door panels. So it was a lot of fun. I learned a lot working on this car. It'll help me when it comes time to work more on my Fox body. I think we're one and done. I think this was something, I don't know how we can top this, to be honest with you. It's again, a very high level build, and any other build would be compared to it, and I wouldn't want it to be disappointing at the end result. At Southeastern Fox Bodies, we've got a forum that we use for social networking and setting up meets and just filling the time in between the weekends. It's www.sefb.net. We have a Save a Fox section that was dedicated to the build. You could really see it from start to finish, and we've got a photo album that really, as you're scrolling through, you can see where the car came from and what it is today. I'm going to have mixed emotions about doing the draw here in a couple hours. We really hope it goes to a good home. We hope it goes to somebody that's going to take care of it and appreciate the work that's been put into it. I hope when it's time for them to maybe sell it, that they give us the first look, because I think we'd like to keep it in the club for sure.